Dear students, in this video lecture, I am going to talk about the basics of statistics. Before I talk about various definition and approaches to study statistics, this is a suggested list of books. इसमें कुछ बुक्स, इसमें एक किताब जो हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में अवेलेबल है. बाकी जो किताबें मैंने यहाँ रेफर की हैं वो मेनली इंग्लिश में अवेलेबल है. And you may refer to any book. All these books are good. For example, Statistical Methods by S.V. Gupta, Statistics for Management by Rubin and Levin, जो इसका एशियन एडिशन है, इसमें 2 इंडियन ऑथर भी हैं. एंड अगर कोई थोड़ा सा डिटेल में स्टैटिस्टिक्स पढ़ना चाहता है तो फंडामेंटल ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स बाय गूल गुप्ता एंड दास गुप्ता. All these books are available in the market. You can refer any one of them. Apart from that, if you feel some other books are good, because there are plenty of books on statistics, so if you find that book comfortable, if you find that that book is good in reading, you can refer any book. So whenever we talk about statistics, अगर आप किसी सामान्य आदमी से पूछेंगे कि वो स्टैटिस्टिक्स से क्या समझता है तो वो बेसिकली कहेगा डेटा, आंकड़े. But being a student of commerce and economics, we need to be a bit particular. And technically, statistics is defined in 2 ways. One in singular sense, another in plural sense. First, I will take up statistics in plural sense. So as I told you, generally people take statistics in plural sense and they treat it as a data. And for them there is no difference between statistics and data. For them both are the same, synonym to each other. However, all data are not statistics. These are certain definitions given by different statisticians and economists and experts, and they defined statistics in plural sense. These definitions belong to this category. So for example, A.L. Bowley said, statistics are numerical statements of facts in any department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. On the other hand, Webster said, statistics are classified facts respecting condition of the people in a state, especially those facts which can be stated in numbers or in tabular or classified arrangement. So here you will see that they are basically trying or portraying statistics basically as a subject which studies data, which studies numerical facts, quantitative facts, numbers. And in that sense, we can say these definitions or this approach is narrow. However, this is one way of thinking statistics and we should not neglect it. And when we are talking about definition, when we are talking about statistics in plural sense, the definition given by Horace Sechrist can be considered a broad definition in the sense. So according to Horace Sechrist, statistics are aggregate of facts affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of causes, numerically expressed, enumerated or estimated according to a reasonable standards of accuracy, collected in a systematic manner for a predetermined purpose and placed in relation to each other. So this is a broad definition of statistics in plural sense, and Horace Sechrist tried to bring out all the characteristics of statistics when we are talking it in a plural sense. So let us discuss this last definition in a bit detail. So actually, according to in plural sense, any data can be called statistics if they are fulfilling the following characteristics. First, they are aggregate of facts. Means a single fact or single information cannot be termed as statistics. Statistics are basically aggregate of facts, group, collection of facts. जब आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन, डेटा या जो कलेक्शन हो, उन्हीं को आप स्टैटिस्टिक्स बोलते हैं. सिंगल नंबर, सिंगल डिजिट, सिंगल इंफॉर्मेशन, सिंगल फैक्ट को हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स नहीं कहते. नेक्स्ट, दे शुड बी न्यूमेरिकली एक्सप्रेस्ड. न्यूमेरिकली एक्सप्रेस्ड मीन्स न्यूमेरिकली डेटा ही स्टैटिस्टिक्स माना जाता है. जो क्वालिटेटिव स्टेटमेंट है, फॉर एग्जांपल A is better than B, is not a numerical statement. But A is 40% higher than B is a numerically expressed statement. So the first statement that A is greater than B is not a numerically expressed statement, so it cannot be a statistics, part of statistics. But when we are saying that A is 40% higher than B, it could be GDP, it could be income, it could be marks or anything else, then this statement is numerically expressed statement, and that will be the part of statistics. Next is affected by a multiplicity of causes. These numerically expressed facts or data, they are not affected by any one factor. They are affected by multiple reasons. For example, demand. Demand for a product, जैसा कि आपने लॉ ऑफ डिमांड में पढ़ा है, that demand for a product is affected by price of the product, income of the consumer, price of the related goods, taste and preferences, and many other factors. So look at here, when we study law of demand, we only consider price of the product, but in reality there are many factors which affect the demand for a product. So in a statistics also, a particular data or particular numerically expressed fact is also affected by multiple reasons or multiple causes. Then statistics may be enumerated or estimated. Here enumeration means they may be either collected or estimated by applying any technique. So दोनों चीजें, आप directly data collect भी कर सकते हैं through primary or secondary data sources, or if you have certain data set or if you have certain quantitative information, you can calculate, you can generate, you can estimate data as well. So statistics can be enumerated or estimated. And whenever we are collecting data or we are collecting numerically expressed facts, we must have a reasonable standard of accuracy. Means that information must be accurate. It should not be subject for frequent changes. ऐसा कि नहीं कि सेम डेटा को अगर मैं रीड कर रहा हूं और किसी तरह से एनालाइज कर रहा हूं, आई एम गेटिंग सम डिफरेंट आंसर, and same data set is analyzed by someone else is getting some different answer. So it should have a reasonable standard of accuracy. Then it should be collected in a systematic manner. There should be a proper way for collection of such numerical data or data. So in statistics, there must be a scientific and systematic manner for collection of statistics. And such collected numerically expressed facts can be termed as data or statistics. And it should always be for a predetermined purpose, for a given purpose, for a given objective. हमेशा जो भी आप डेटा या स्टैटिस्टिक्स कलेक्ट करते हैं वो किसी ना किसी पर्पस के लिए करते हैं. And we should always be able to keep that numerically expressed fact or that data in relation to each other. मतलब हम कंपैरिजन कर सकें, किसी से उसकी तुलना कर सकें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि दो स्टूडेंट हैं, स्टूडेंट ए एंड बी. स्टूडेंट ए का हम कहें कि 80% मार्क्स है, तो हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि वो बहुत अच्छा है बुरा है जब तक हम दूसरे के साथ उसका कंपैरिजन ना करें. आप ऐसा कहेंगे नहीं 80% मार्क्स है तो बहुत अच्छा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, all other students of his class have above 80%, then that student is as compared to other students of the class is below average. So therefore those numbers must be placed in relation to each other, and those numerically expressed data or those data which are following these characteristics can be termed as statistics in singular sense. In plural sense, sorry. The second way in which we define statistics, that is statistics in singular sense, एक वचन के रूप में, जब हम statistics को एक वचन शब्द मानते हैं. So when we define it in singular sense, we define it as a science of statistics. And I would say that this is a better approach to see statistics as compared to plural sense. So there are few definitions. For example, Boddington have defined statistics is the science of estimates and probabilities. One more thing, when we are talking about statistics in singular sense, मतलब जब हम एक वचन के शब्द में इसको परिभाषित करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो जैसा मैंने कहा कि हम statistics को as a science of statistics करते हैं, तो इसमें भी दो तरह की डेफिनेशंस है. कुछ लोगों ने इसे बहुत नैरो वे में डिफाइन करने की कोशिश किया, कुछ लोगों ने इसे ब्रॉड वे में डिफाइन करने की कोशिश की. तो हम दोनों चीजों को लेंगे. जो कुछ नैरो वे में डिफाइंड या गिवन डेफिनेशंस है, उसमें जैसे बॉडिंगटन की है, he said that statistics is the science of estimates and probabilities. So he has limited only statistics to science of estimates and probabilities. Probability संभाव्य तक ही इसे रखा. बाउले ने कई जगह स्टैटिस्टिक्स को अलग तरीके से डिफाइन किया है, जिसमें से दो डेफिनेशंस मैंने यहाँ पे ली हैं. जिसमें एक जगह है स्टैटिस्टिक्स इज द साइंस ऑफ काउंटिंग, और स्टैटिस्टिक्स में राइटली बी कॉल्ड द साइंस ऑफ एवरेजेस. So if you see that these definitions are narrow in the sense that, for example, Bowley is talking about it's a science of counting, means again he tried to relate it with the science of data or science of counting or science of averages up to basic extent only. But there are some definitions which have adopted broader approach. And some of those definitions are, for example, first is by Carmill. The subject statistics is concerned with the collection, presentation, description, and analysis of data which are measurable in numerical terms. Next definition by Seligman, like statistics is a science which deals with the methods of collection, classifying, presenting, comparing, and interpreting numerical data collected to throw some light on any sphere of inquiry. So if you see, these definitions are broad and comprehensive definitions, and they try to cover each and every aspect of statistics. Here we are talking about methods of collection and various aspects of collection, then classification, way of presenting the data, way of comparing them, calculating, interpretation. We are trying to cover each and every aspect of handling or science of data in this broader approach based definitions. So when we take this broad view of broad view definitions, and when we try to define statistics in singular sense, so we find that these are essential components of statistics or different part of statistics. और in one sense you can also say this is the scope of statistics, क्योंकि हम यही subject matter है, हम statistics में इन्हीं aspects को बहुत डिटेल में पढ़ते हैं. तो first for example, collection of data. So once the nature of study is decided, once the objective of the study is decided, कैसे उससे related जो data है वो कहाँ से collect करना है, कैसे collect करना है, ये हमारा collection of data का part है. So data may be collected either from primary sources or through secondary sources or from both the sources. हम कुछ data primary sources और secondary sources के भी collect कर सकते हैं, और ये depend करता है कि हमारे study का objective क्या है, या जो हम purpose या जो predetermined aim objective है data collect करने का क्या है. So first part is collection of data. Second is classification and presentation. So once the data is collected, next step is that how to classify them in a meaningful way. सभी collected data अगर आप ऐसे raw data एक साथ रख दें तो आप उससे कोई conclusion draw नहीं कर सकते. To have a meaningful conclusion, to read those numbers, to read the stories behind those numbers, we need to classify them. We need to present them in a logical and scientific manner. And this is the part of second step, that is classification and presentation. So once the data are collected, researcher has to arrange them in a format which they would be able to draw some conclusion. And this arrangement of data in groups according to some similarities is known as classification. Means जब आप डेटा को किसी certain characteristics similarity और dissimilarity के basis पे classify करते हैं तो हम उसे classification बोलते हैं. And once the data is classified, then this classified and tabulated data can be presented in tabular form, यानी tables के forms में, diagrams के forms में, graphs के forms में, या अलग अलग तरीकों में आप present करते हैं ताकि जो उन numbers को हम clearly understand कर सकें और उनसे जो meaningful comparison निकल के आ रहा है, meaningful conclusion निकल के आ रहा है, उसको समझ सकें. The next part is tabulation. So classification के बाद tabular presentation is also very important. And here we are not talking about simple tabular presentation, rather than we are talking about relative and comparative tabular presentation, जहाँ पे हम कई different characteristics को एक साथ लाते हैं और हम कोशिश करते हैं कि उनको एक साथ देख सकें, उनका relationship को देख सकें. So a tabular presentation of data becomes more intelligible and fit for further statistical analysis. क्योंकि for example हमारे पास लिटरेसी का डेटा है तो हमने एक टेबल बनाई जिसमें देखा कि मेल फीमेल वाइज लिटरेसी क्या है, और हम उसमें भी देख सकते हैं कि सोशल ग्रुप वाइज की अनरिजर्व्ड, रिजर्व में भी SC ST OBC उनका आपका उसमें भी देख सकते हैं कि मेल फीमेल. तो जब इस तरह की हम टैबुलर प्रेजेंटेशन डेटा का करते हैं तो हम और अच्छा डीप इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर सकते हैं और ज्यादा मीनिंगफुल कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. ये यहाँ तक तो सिर्फ जो पार्ट है, जो चीजें हैं वहां पे हम सिंपली डेटा को क्लासिफाई कर रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, बट उसके साथ कोई एडिशनल टूल एंड टेक्निक नहीं लगा रहे हैं. बट इन मेनी केसेस वी नीड टू एनालाइज, वी नीड टू अप्लाई सर्टेन statistical tools and techniques, so that comes in analysis of data. So analysis of data में ही हम different statistical tools and techniques की बात करते हैं, statistical methods की बात करते हैं, जिसको हम डेटा पे अप्लाई करके कुछ एडिशनल इंसाइट्स, एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. एंड एनालिसिस ऑफ डेटा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, जिसमें आप सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, मेजर्स ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, कोरिलेशन, रिग्रेशन, टाइम सीरीज एनालिसिस, पैनल डेटा एनालिसिस आप बहुत डिटेल में पढ़ते हैं. सो एंड इट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप इन द एनी स्टैटिस्टिकल इंक्वायरी. स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस इज कैरिड आउट to process the observed data and transform it in such a manner as to make it suitable for decision making and drawing additional conclusions. And the last part, which is very important and equally important, कि आपने एनालिसिस कर लिया, उन्हें टैबुलर फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट कर लिया, उनका इंटरप्रिटेशन भी करना, उनके बेसिस पे पॉलिसी ड्रॉ करना. So after analyzing the data, researcher gets information partly or wholly about the population or about the subject जिसके बारे में डेटा कलेक्ट किया गया है. An explanation of such information is more useful in real life. कैसे उससे हम अपने जो डे टू डे डिसीजन मेकिंग है उसमें ये जो हमारी एनालिसिस है, ये जो हमारी फाइंडिंग्स है, उसे हेल्प करें, इसलिए उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो इन दिस वीडियो लेक्चर मैं इतनी बात करूंगा. जो आगे के टॉपिक्स हैं उनको नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में बात करेंगे. And if you have any query and question, you can mail me at nagendrinsearch@gmail.com. Thank you.